Hello, hello, hello. Please confirm that you can see me. Confirm that you can hear me. Hello. Hi, Deborah. Hi, 1812 Designs. Hi, Slicky. Hi, Skin Janitor. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please confirm that you can see me. I'm not understanding why I'm not able to really see myself. So please confirm if you can see me. You can see me. Okay, fantastic. Let me just adjust my... Okay. Welcome, welcome. Tonight is going to be a good night, I assure you. I wish I could sing that song. I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. But the truth is, it's more than a feeling. Tonight is really going to be a good night because we're going to be having like a coaching session. Hi, Eric. Okay, so confirm that you can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know. If you can hear me, please let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Tonight we're talking about what you have in your hand. Please don't be here alone. I'm going to encourage you to share this live with someone. Just click on the three dots beside the add a comment to invite someone, because if they miss it, you will not be happy. The truth is that, you know, there are people that don't know that they have all it takes to succeed. Some people feel like they need somebody else to succeed, or they need somebody's help to succeed. While it is true that you need somebody's help to succeed because you cannot do life alone, you have everything you need right now to be able to live life. You have everything, but it's in you. That's the problem. The problem is it's not something people can just see all over the place. A lot of times somebody has to pull it out of you, or draw your attention, or make you become aware. And that's what today or tonight is about. So go call those people, especially those that always come to ask you for help or tell you, oh, please, can you help me with urgent 2K, urgent 5K? Go and call them so they'll stop disturbing you this year. All right? So welcome. Please let me know where you are joining from. Let me know where in the world you are joining from. My name is Enifome. That's my logo right here. Enifome Speaks. This is who I am. I am nothing without God. So you can see the dove here. You can see the fire here. Because I am fire, I give life to people, events, and organizations. But the fire is not mine. It actually is God's. I'm only a carrier of his fire. So every fire you're going to get is really not mine. It's really God's. Okay, so go call people, share this link, share the link with people with the three dots, so that you're not here alone. Okay, I can see Deborah. She says from UK. Hi, Deborah. Thank you for joining. Anybody else? Let me know where you are joining from. I'm joining in from Lagos, Nigeria. People call it Lasgidi. That's the slang for Lagos, Lasgidi. But forget the touch or funky name or slang or whatever it is. Lagos is actually a very densely populated area that is stress-filled. When I say stress-filled, I mean there's a lot of stress in the air. So if you're not able to be mindful and keep the stress out, you would also catch that stress from the air, you know. But it's an amazing place, you know, very amazing, beautiful place. Any Lagosians in the house, let me know. Welcome, Esology. Welcome, Mabel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let us know where you are joining from. Tonight is a kind of coaching session, and it's a free coaching session, right? And a lot of people don't know that I'm an executive coach. A lot of people don't know. I'm an executive coach, right? I was trained by Fela Durotoye as an executive coach. So that's one of the things that I am. I'm a lot of things, but yeah. So tonight I'm going to be helping you discover what you have in your hand. I'm going to be helping you discover what you have in your hand. Eric, you have jackpot. Eric, you're in Leicester. That's how I messaged someone today to say, hi, what's up? You know, and all of that. And she said, oh, I've moved. I'm out of town. I'm like, hello. In fact, nowadays, how you know that people have moved is that their number just changes on WhatsApp. Some people don't even change their number on WhatsApp. You just see that somehow, their pictures have changed, or they have just moved, sha. You will not even know when they are moving. All you Jackperians, I hail you, I hail you. Well done. How is it going there? All right. I can see Lagos, I can see UK, I can see Leicester, so that's fine. So let's just go right into it. Why are we here? What do you have in your hand? This is the same question that God asked Moses. What do you have in your hand? I don't know if you saw the post that I shared recently on my page where I said life knocked me down and I had nothing to fall back on. I don't know the stage you are right now, but life knocks people down at different stages. In fact, sometimes when life knocks you down, you would bounce back. It will now knock you down again. So life cannot knock you down only once. There are different things that can knock you down. For example, my laptop started showing automatic repair. I took it to go and repair it. They brought it back and it was completely wiped. Everything, the books I was writing, the recordings of my online courses, everything wiped. And I was like, what? Because I spent my year from the beginning of the year trying to compile all the things that I needed to upload, and they were all on my laptop without being backed up. So I was like, where do I start from? That is an example of life knocking a person down. It might be your business. It might be something that happened to you that has to do with matters of the heart. But the truth of the matter is that life will knock you down more than once. You need to know that everything that you have is inside you. Because the book that I was writing was coming from inside. So if I'm able to connect to the inside me, I can rewrite that thing that I wrote before. Right? So life can knock you down. Life knocked me down when I had nothing left. I'd lost my job. I'd lost everything that was dear to me. But what did I have in my hand? I shared that story. It was the microphone. It was emceeing. It was speaking. This is who I've always been. You know, my classmates saw me recently and was like, oh, Enifome Speaks is who you've always been. We've already known this from university days. You've always been this person, and I'm happy that you're walking in your calling. I'm like, oh wow. So even my classmates in university testify that this is me, right? So it's really who I am, and I had to fall back because it was a part-time thing. Okay, 9-to-5 job. You do the emceeing on the side. You know, you run back to your 9-to-5. But when life knocked me down, the only thing I had was my mic, literally. It was my mic, it was emceeing. I started emceeing, and from that emceeing, like that, I started doing as in events that I could only dream about, just because I recognized that I have this emceeing in my hand. I've been doing this thing since 2009. So yes, I don't have a job right now. I can fall back to emceeing, and trust me, that has taken me beyond my wildest dreams. So what do you have in your hand? I ask you again. I want you to tell me what you have in your hand, or what you think you have in your hand. Remember, this is a coaching session. So those who answer me, I would coach you right here and right now, would help you flesh out the things that you already have in your hand and see how can we leverage that thing that you have in your hand to help you become more. Because you see, there's a link between what you have in your hand and your results. God told Moses, he asked him, he said, what do you have in your hand? The result was him delivering the people of Israel. But to be able to do that, he needed to use what he had in his hand. And what you have in your hand is not limited to this physical hand. I am talking about what you are carrying on the inside. Your innate abilities, your potential, the things that God has placed inside you for your journey, for your assignment, that people know that this thing is you, even though you don't even know about it. For example, the popular singer Waje said every time she sings, doors open for her. Every time she sings. Like, she literally has doors open when she sings. Like, people like, oh, okay, come and sing here. Like, she doesn't struggle with it too much. She had to dive into that because that is what she had in her hand, right? So I don't know, you're looking for results, but what you have in your hand is linked to your results. You will not get the results if you don't identify what you have in your hand. And it's really more than identifying what you have in your hand. It's actually after identification. How can you use and utilize that which you have in your hand? Right? There's a link between what you have in your hand and fruitfulness, which is your result. You are here on earth to be fruitful, to multiply, to have dominion, to subdue and replenish. Anything that is not these 5 things, then you are not living life as planned. You are not living life maximally. You are living life on a minimum level. And I don't mean your bank account. I don't mean what you know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Someone is trying to call me, so I think it's affecting the audio. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? So I don't know, you might have a job, you might have something you're doing or not, but if you're not living life with these 5 descriptions I just said, being fruitful, multiplying, replenishing, having dominion, and subduing, if none of these 5 describes you, then you are living life less of what it was originally planned for you and your destiny. Because you see, Moses was everything he was, but until he took the Israelites, right, out of that, Egypt, he didn't fulfill his assignment. So it is linked to what you have in your hand. Your fruitfulness is linked to what you have in your hand. So let me know. Someone is saying music, songwriting, singing. What are you doing with that already? What are you doing with that? What are you doing with the music, the songwriting, the singing? What are you doing with that? You said that's what you have in your hand. What are you doing with that? I want to hear it. What are you doing with that? So this is like a coaching session. Those that answered the question, I would coach. However, I would continue speaking. If what I say is beneficial to you, you can take that and run with it. But if you're able to type and tell me what you have in your hand that you would like to maximize, or you would like to make proper use of, you would like to go beyond where you are to the point where you need to be, right? And then we can take it from there. So let me know. I can see I have released the single. Okay, so what are you doing with that single? You have music, songwriting, and singing. How many people know about this? Is this a best kept secret that you yourself and you know about? Or how far are you doing with letting the world know that, look, I can sing really well, right? Do you have a YouTube channel? Do you have a routine for your singing? Are you utilizing, different things that are happening in the world, right? I have this client that I helped to build her Instagram brand, her Instagram page, or her brand on Instagram, and she was doing well, but she wasn't out there. She needed kind of like visibility. She wanted people to know that she does, the thing that she does. However, she wasn't doing, jumping on trends, putting it out there. She wasn't just allowing herself to be authentic and free, right? But when we finished working on her brand, when I was done with the whole thing, she was so free. She was energetic. She started leveraging trends. For example, she's a sign language person. She would go and take something that is trending and be doing sign language with it. And that was just one thing that really, really just took her up, because she would leverage trends. She would take songs and start doing sign language for songs. She was just doing all those things. So sometimes you have what you have in your hand, but you're not utilizing it. There are seasons, there are times when sometimes you would even feel the urge, go and sing, do a live video on Instagram and just sing, and you're like, who will come? Nobody will come. You're not doing it because people will come. You are doing it because that is what you have in your hand, and you owe it to God to utilize it. If you do not use it, it will be taken away from you. So I went to go get Otogele today because I have an event tomorrow and I don't have power. And it's as in tomorrow is going to be so full, because tomorrow is my someone's wedding I'm attending, and then my friend's mother's wake-up is the same tomorrow. So I'm going to be doing back to back. So I don't have time to start struggling with Gele. I went to buy Otogele, and the lady was saying, I used to know how to do, I think it was makeup or something, and then I've forgotten it because I've not done it for a long time, something like that. And I said, it's expected. If you don't use what you have, you will lose what you have. Should I say it again? If you don't use what you have, you will lose what you have. I did not say it. It is in the Bible. He said, to him that has, more will be given. To him that does not have, that which he has will be taken away. So how come to him that does not have? That means you have, but you don't know. Steve Harris will say, it's not what you have that limits you. It's what you have, but you don't know how to use. It's useless to have something and not know how to use it. It's better for you to go and learn how to use it. All right, I have a YouTube channel, Instagram, and had put up a lyric video, but I think I've not pushed well. Okay, awesome. So are you thinking about monetizing this thing? Is this thing a hobby to you, or is this something that you see as something that can take you places, right? What is this thing to you? You're singing, right? I can see somebody else has dropped a comment. If you haven't dropped yours, well, that's your choice. I can't force you to, but it would be great if you did, because you're going to get a coaching from me, and that's what I'm doing with these people who have dropped theirs. Writing and speaking. Okay, I know that you've written 1 book, 2 books. How many books now, Lotta? I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to remember. Is it 1 book? Is it 2 books? But you said you're writing another book. You have another book coming up. I'm not really sure what that is. And speaking. You need to speak more. You need to speak more, because there's a lot of things inside you that your world needs. You need to speak more. You need to speak more. There's so much, right? And the thing is, you don't even know the extent to which the thing that you have in your hand or that you have inside you will go, except you're using it. Yeah, second one coming up. Amazing, awesome. So I got it, right? So you're already using what you have in your hand, and that's really beautiful, right? So you need to think about the next level. For example, if you're writing a book, how do you intend to market your book? Who are the people that need your book? How can you get more people to get your book? For example, if you have shepherds, there are sheep, there are shepherds. If one shepherd gets 10 books, that's better off than one person getting 1 book, 2 other people getting another 2 books. But if you have a shepherd, that's someone that has a large, like a large community, or like a group of people getting your books, right? That would help you get your books across to more people. Are you going to be having a book reading? Are you going to plan a book reading? Are you going to be doing like a book review thing? Or are you going to release a chapter that is free, and then they can all go and listen to that? They can go and read that chapter and then buy the book. What is your strategy? You have to start thinking about it now. It's not when you now want to release the book. You say, hey, it's time to launch. You now be looking for strategy, right? So what you have in your hand is linked to your fruitfulness. It is completely linked to your fruitfulness. Now let me dive a little into something that is not even tangible, like this. Your skills. I sing, I dance, I write, I speak. These are things that we see. Now let me go into the real thing I want to do today, is go into the things that you have inside you that you don't even know about, or you are not utilizing yet. Now you might be somebody who knows how to how do I put it? How to push people. Maybe you know how to push people, or you know how to ginger people, or you know how to get people to think without really even saying anything. Maybe you know how to get people to discover themselves just because you are someone who is discovering yourself. These are things that are not even tangible. It might be something that you don't even know. But let me even ask you, what are the things that people compliment you over? So for someone like me, I wrote a book, and I posted that on my page recently, that I wrote a book, and it was my first book. And that book, I did not plan to write a book. I was just sharing normal tips on Instagram. Oh, hi everybody, dear singles, don't do this, don't do that. Dear singles, watch out for this. And then it was time to write the book, and I just knew that I was supposed to write another book, but that was not the book that was in the heart of God. It was Dear Singles. I wrote that book. In a day, I sold 50 copies. 50 copies times 2,500. It was an ebook. It's still an ebook. I sold 50 copies, and it wasn't really about the money. It was about the way it happened. I sat down and I said, wait, so this money was inside me all along, but I had to bring it out of me. For the book was inside me. It just shifted my thinking. Like when the Bible says that the kingdom of God is within you, it's not a lie. The kingdom of God is within you. An inexhaustible flow is inside of you that cannot stop flowing. But sometimes we are the ones that stop the flow. Maybe by overthinking this thing and say, nobody will buy, nobody will listen to me, nobody knows me. I want to ask you, do you have any desire to write an ebook? If you haven't, or write a book, let me not even restrict it to ebook. Do you have any desire to write a book? Do you have any desire to host a webinar? Do you have any desire to have your own concert, have your own event? Do you have any desire to become a coach? Do you have any desire to monetize your knowledge in any way? Do you have any desire to do that? You have something that you know. You want people to know that thing that you know. Is there anything like that? Do you have like a knowledge that you, like someone like me now, I know how to design digital vision boards. I know how to do it very well, right? And I said, okay, I can teach this thing. And I taught it. I taught how to create a digital vision board, right? And of course, I monetized it afterwards. So what is that knowledge? What is that experience that you have? Maybe you have done something. Maybe you have tried to do something and struggled. And then you were able to do it like, wow. Somebody doesn't know that thing that you know. What is that thing that you know? What are the things that you know? Begin to type it in the comments. What are the things that you know? Type it in the comments. There is this lady that teaches how to stop your children from shouting. I'm telling you. She wrote a book, How to Stop Your Children. I mean, how to stop shouting as a parent, something in that line. And she wrote a book on it. Some of you know how to tie your gele by yourself, how to sing without shouting, how to be heard, how to use your IG live without whatever it is that you know. What are the things that you know? Now, which of these things that you know do you think somebody might need, or there might be someone struggling with it? Do you think so? Can you communicate with me? Because I feel like I'm talking to myself. If you're here and I'm asking a question, please respond. That thing that you know, do you think that somebody else would need that thing? Because you see, that thing that you know is good for those that don't know what you know. Let me say it again. That thing that you know is good for those that don't know what you know. So you might think, oh, this thing I know is just this little thing. But there is someone that doesn't know what you know. In fact, there are people that don't know what you know. Let me give you an example. So there are different churches. If you live in Nigeria, where I live in, right, there are churches in almost every street. And people are like, oh my God, there's so many churches in Nigeria, but everything is still the same and everything. But the truth of the matter is this. Regardless of the kind of churches or whatever the church is preaching or whoever is in that church, have you noticed that they always have members? Have you noticed that every church in Nigeria or every church in anywhere, no matter what the church is, no matter what you think about that church has members? Have you noticed? Have you noticed that no matter how a guy is or a man is, he will see a wife? He will see one man that will be saying, I love you. You are the bread in my whatever. You are the butter in my bread. You are the only thing I love. And you'll be like, what did this woman see in this person? There is someone for you. There are people you have been sent to. You are not sent to everybody. Not everybody will like you. And you have to know this and know peace. This idea, nobody will listen to me. Nobody will like what I'm writing. Nobody will like what I'm doing. It is not true. People are there that would like what you're doing. They might not say it. Doesn't mean that they don't like you. And if you keep telling yourself that, oh, nobody will buy, it's that mentality that you need to work on. Somebody will buy. The person that has been designated to buy from me will buy from me. Then take it a step further. Take your product. Take your whatever that has come out of you, because it's a product. If it's a song, it came out of you, so it's a product. Take that thing that came out of you. Take that thing that is in you, right? Sorry about that. Take that thing that is in you and then, use it for your world. Use that thing that is in you for your world. You can't be saying, oh, nobody will buy. Nobody will buy. You don't know until you try. You do not know until you try. Give me a second. I'm trying to fix my light. Give me a second. Please give me a sec. I'm trying to fix my lights. I'm trying to fix my light. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay. At least this one is okay now. I can fix the other one later. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Please confirm that you can hear me. Can you see me and can you hear me? Let me know. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Let me know. Can you see me? Someone is saying okay. Does that mean you can see me? Okay, fantastic. Trying to fix my light. This one isn't enough. But I was saying that loud and clear. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my lights. Okay, we're back in business. So someone should please remind me what I was saying. I've lost my line of thought. What did I say last? Let's know the people that were listening. What did I say last? I can see the hearts. Thank you. What did I say last? Let me know. Let me know. What did I say last? What did I say last? Serious students and unserious students. What did I say last? Or what did you hear last? Please let me know. I'm waiting. 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 What did you hear last? What did you hear last? Are we going to just continue waiting like this? What did you hear last? The mentality. Yes, thank you. Your mentality is a problem. If you feel nobody would listen, nobody will buy, nobody would whatever, it's really a wrong mentality. Because like I was saying, no matter how terrible or great a church is, it has members. No matter how terrible a guy is, he has a wife or someone that will say I love you. He's there somewhere dying like, oh my God, this guy is so handsome and blah 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 blah. It can also be the same for a girl. It can be the same for a girl. Oh, this girl is so beautiful, I love her. People are like, I don't understand. What did you see in this girl? You're like, Oliver, oh, I love her like that. So that's the same thing. There is someone that needs what you have. There is someone that needs what you have. And it is something that God has given you for your world, right? And it might not just be one thing. It might be a lot of things. It might not be one thing at all. It might be a lot. It might not be one thing. It might be a lot of things. It might just be one, but it can also be a lot. And it might not even be a lot. It can be 2. It can be 3. Don't say because I already have this thing I'm doing. That's it. No more. What do you have in your hand? If I jackpot tomorrow, what do I have in my hand? You know, there are a lot of things I have in my hand that I can do a lot of things, right? I can do so many things. If I decide that today I'm going to go to a country that, you know, I don't even, maybe a country that does not have shoes, I can start importing shoes. What I have in my head is my brain. So when I say what do you have in your hand, I'm not restricting it to your physical hand, your hand. I mean, what are you holding on that, okay, this thing, I have this thing. If I take away everything from you, what is that thing that you have that you can say, well, at least I have this thing? And I don't mean your family members. Like, I don't mean your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your husband or your wife. I mean something that is inside you that you know that, well, no matter what happens in this world, I have this thing. And with this thing, I can start. With this thing, I can start. So, it's time for you to monetize that thing. Some of us did not say what we have in our hand, but it's fine. Whatever you have in your hand, it's time for you to monetize it. And I'm really referring to what you have inside of you. There is a lot inside of you. Hebrews 11 verse 3 says, through faith, the world was framed, and things which are seen were created from things which are not seen. So that thing that you are not seeing has the ability, has the potential to actually create a world for you. That thing that you are not seeing can create the scene. The book I wrote was not seen. It was just something inside me. It came out as tips, and then I wrote the book. But it was first inside of me, right? It was first inside of me. There are so many things that I still want to bring out of me. There are so many webinars, courses, products, assignments, outreaches. They are inside of me. What do you have in your hand? I need you to think about an experience you may have also had that you don't want somebody else to have, or an experience you had that you learned from. What are the lessons that you learned from that experience, and who needs those lessons? So I'm asking you questions now, and I expect you to answer them. If you don't tell me, at least write them somewhere, but I would appreciate if you tell me so I can flesh it out and we'll keep going with the coaching. What experiences have you had? What lessons did you learn from those experiences, and who needs those lessons? Can someone type it for me in the chat? What experiences have you had? What lessons have you learned from those experiences, and who needs those experiences? I'm going to write it down so I don't forget. All right? What lessons, what experiences have you had? Okay. What lessons have you learned from those experiences? That's the second question. Then the last question is, who needs those experiences? Those lessons. Who needs those lessons? So let's assume that you learned a lesson that I don't know, who someone should help me. You learned a lesson about parenting, for example. There are parents that don't know those things, that need those lessons. Let's assume that you learned that it's not good for a woman to not have something she's doing. What happened to you that made you come to that conclusion? That's an experience. How did you come up with that conclusion? How did you arrive at that conclusion that it is not good for a woman to stay without something she's doing? How did you arrive at that? Did something happen around you, towards you, or with you that made you come up with that? Now, who are the people that need those lessons? And what are the lessons that you've learned from your own experience? Maybe you were not doing anything, and you learned that it's good for a woman to do something. How did you arrive there? What's the story? You can actually start talking about it. You can talk about it on your WhatsApp status, on your Instagram. You can even talk about it, in your whatever platforms that you use. Before you know what is happening, somebody might even say, oh, I've been struggling with this thing. Your post just helped me. That thing that you shared there, it gave me a level of clarity. I was able to execute this and that. I saw myself in your story. I saw myself in your experience. You never know. Someone says, my experience complaining against God, like the children of Israel, about your delay. Okay, your delay, about delay. Right? And so what did that teach you? What did that teach you? Who can benefit from that? Can you write a book about stop complaining? Can you have a webinar or an IG live about complaining and the danger of complaining? I mean, that is what affected the children of Israel. They were complaining, and their own was even murmur. Murmur is like murmur is like complaining inside. The children of Israel were murmuring, and God heard them and said, are you kidding me? I'm going to send manna. You will eat till you don't know what to do again. God was angry. He was like, so I brought you out of Egypt, and you're here complaining. So you can talk about complaining and the dangers of complaining, how that complaining is preventing people from entering into the place that God has prepared for them. The Bible says that the Israelites could not enter rest because of disobedience. So have you had an experience with disobedience? What are the lessons you learned from disobedience? Who needs those lessons? And what are you doing to push those lessons out to those that need it. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? So this is really what God expects us to do with what we have in our hand. And what you have in your hand can take you beyond your wildest dreams. It can take you to places that you never dreamed of. It is literally an endless flow, right? It can do beyond what you're expecting, right? What you have in your hand. Let me give you an example of people that have had things in their hand that did things that they never dreamt of. For example, David had stones in his hand, right? David had stones in his hand. And then he was like, oh, I have 5 stones. The Israelites were saying, oh, it's just a stone. The brothers are laughing at him. They look at this one. But those stones he had in his hand, let me tell you a secret that some people don't know. I'm going to tell you today. What you have in your hand is it's a tool in the hands of God. So what you have in your hand is a tool in the hands of God. As long as you're able to surrender that which you have in your hand to God, if you can surrender that little thing that you have in your hand that you say is it not ordinary? Is ordinary or is just, if you can surrender that thing that you have in your hand, as little as it is, God will magnify it. In fact, the breath of God, the power of God would magnify that small thing you have in your hand. But if you do not acknowledge that you have that thing in your hand, if you do not take a step further and utilize that which you have in your hand, you would not experience the power of God on that which you have in your hand. David had 5 stones, literally. He had 5 stones. And he used those 5 stones on what's his name? Goliath. He used those 5 stones on Goliath and he killed him. Goliath is a giant, or was a giant, but Goliath represents any situation that is looking like a giant to you. You can actually leverage what you have in your hand to kill your Goliaths. I don't even know what your Goliath is. It might be a dream. You want to go abroad. You want to do a master's. You want to give birth. You want to have a business. You want to have a team of people. Whatever it is, right? What you have in your hand is your tool against your Goliath. Everyone has a Goliath. There's a Goliath that is standing in front of you, but the cure or the antidote, right, to that Goliath is what you have in your hand. And away from just knowing is utilizing it. When you utilize it, it multiplies. It multiplies. But when you do not utilize it, it diminishes. It will go away. It will not profit you. It will not do you any good because you are not using it. Now, would you use everything that you have in your inside? Possibly you may not use everything. But there are things that you already have that you need to use. For example, sometimes you have an urge to just go and speak to somebody. That is an example of using what you have on the inside of you for outside. You don't even know where that will take you. Let me share this story. So I was invited to speak at a PTA meeting. I think it was last year. Last year, I was invited to speak at a PTA meeting. And the topic of the whatever they wanted me to speak on was not something that I usually speak about. I was even surprised. It had to do with parenting and children. I'm like, okay, I'm not a parenting coach. I'm a parent, but why would they come to speak on this topic? But I realized that I had so many experiences that were linked to the topic. And I was like, when I was preparing, I was like, oh my God, this thing happened when I was a child. Oh my God. And it just, because I came from that place of what I already had in my hand, I was able to link the experiences to the topic, and I was able to do justice to the topic in a way that the people who invited me to speak, they couldn't just stop telling me thank you. They couldn't just talking about how that speech transformed the audience. Because I leveraged what I had in my hand. And guess what? I was paid. I was paid for that speaking engagement. So what if you start to utilize what you have in your hand to the point where somebody notices it. And let me even say this. It might not even be something that you are doing. It might just be because you're showing up. Because what concerns that parenting and me? I'm still trying to figure it out. But I was called to come and speak about parenting. I was called to come and speak about parenting. So what if I did not acknowledge that Amenifome speaks? Would that person call me? So I was saying that what you have in your hand is a tool against your Goliath. It's a tool in the hands of God, and it's a tool against your Goliath. Okay, so Instagram Live can zoom now. Nice. I just touched my screen and it was zooming me. It's a tool against your Goliath. I'm trying to read what you typed. Not sure why my screen is just zooming me. Now I zoomed up to my eyebrows. And I'm just simply trying to read what you typed. Not sure why this is happening. Someone typed something very long about being instructed to put it up. Please help me type it again. I'm not able to go through my screen. It just keeps zooming. It is. Let me see if it's going to respond now. Oh, it's still the same thing. So please type it. I want to see what you're typing. Please type it so I can see it. Please type it. Okay, so I'm not even seeing anything on my screen anymore. I don't know why that is happening. Please retype what you typed about. I was instructed to put it up. Yeah, what you have in your hand, right? If you want to be able to utilize it, you also have to connect with God, because there's tendency for you to undermine, commonize, or underestimate what you have in your hand. Look at everyone who had things that they had in their hands in the Bible. They had a tendency to underestimate it. Moses did not really estimate what he had in his hand, which was the rod. David, I would say, estimated what he had in his hand, but he was able to link it to God and surrender it to God. And he knew that that thing that he had in his hand was a weapon for God. And then he was able to utilize it. There are plenty of people. The widow of, is it Zarephath? She had something in her hand, which was the oil and the flour. That Elijah was saying, okay, go and cook it. You need to take what you have in your hand and begin to give it to God. Giving it to God means that God will multiply it. You know, there were 5 loaves and 2 fish. That's what that little boy had in his hand. But God multiplied it to the point where there were remains, there were leftovers, because the boy took what he had in his hand and decided to give it to God. So one very big point which I need to make today is you need to give what you have in your hand to God. You have to surrender what you have in your hand to God for that thing to multiply, for that thing to yield increase, for that thing to come back to you in multiple folds. Okay, I've done a video on YouTube about don't murmur against God, but some people called me and said that that gospel is not correct, but I know I was instructed to put it up. What do you mean about the gospel not being correct? Did you quote the Bible and you were told that the Bible that you quoted is not correct? Please give more clarity to that. Or did you just say don't murmur against God and then somebody said it's not correct? What was the person's argument? That's what you should look out for, because when you start utilizing what you have in your hand, people will talk. Some will not believe in you. You have to kill that need for validation. You have to kill it. And it really comes from knowing that the one who sent me is greater. The one who sent me is greater. You need to listen to know, okay, this thing I did, okay, there's a better way. But don't be so, what's it called? Don't be so attached to what people think. Because from what you're saying now, you're saying someone said it wasn't correct. You need to analyze it. Test all spirits. Okay, why was this thing not correct? What did this person mean by it not being correct? So that you don't just decide that, okay, I'm not going to do it again. Okay, let me give you an example. So one time I preached on the bus. I think it was in 2011, right? I was serving my country, Nigeria, in Lagos. and I was going to the NYSC camp in Lagos, which is in Yanopaja. So I was going there, and I just felt this nudging to preach the gospel. And I said, okay, good morning, everybody. You know, I want to talk to you about Jesus. I started preaching. Guess what? When I was done preaching, a woman came to meet me and she said, oh, hi, good afternoon. I enjoyed your message and everything, but I wanted to tell you that you are wearing trouser, and it's not good to wear trouser. And you know, she went on, and she was like, it's bad to wear trouser, and then because you're preaching is somehow, you know. And then I just looked at this woman. First of all, so I analyzed the whole situation. I analyzed what she was saying. This woman said I preached well, but the problem is I was wearing trouser, and I was wearing NYSC uniform. So I said, madam, this is an NYSC uniform. Are you aware? She said, yes, but why didn't you sew skirts? That was when I knew that this woman, there was no need for me to sit down and start talking to her, explaining what she said I should have sewn skirts as NYSC uniform. So sometimes it's good for you to analyze what people are saying. When you analyze it and say, okay, what does this person mean? Is this thing the truth? Is this thing a law? What is a law? A law is a principle. It's a precept. For example, what you sow, you shall reap is a law. If I do an IG live on you will reap what you sow, and someone comes and says it's a lie, I don't even need to bother with that person because it's a principle, right? But let me explain something that I'm going to bring another different angle to it. Because of what that woman said, I did not preach in the bus for years. Because every time I wanted to preach, I kept remembering you're wearing trouser. So I would watch, I was okay, did I fix nails today? Okay, maybe I can't preach because I fixed nails. Oh. What if I fix, someone comes and say, you fixed nails? Maybe, this is my trouser, maybe, oh God, let me not preach. That thing affected me for years. So there is a tendency for what people say to affect you if you focus on what they say and not who sent you. The person that sent you is the person that you need to please. If God is telling you, post this thing now, post it. If God is telling you, write a book, you don't need to, see, the highest you can do is go to a school that they write book and sound to enroll you in book writing boot camp or whatever. If you have the money. If you don't have the money, look out for those that can do it for you for free. Or if you don't have the money, look for how they can give you a discount, right? But don't be so quick to say, oh, I don't have anything to say. I don't have a qualification in book writing. I don't have a PhD in book writing. Noah did not have a PhD in engineering. But Noah built the ark with specifications given to him by God. So it is not about your what's it called? Your degree. Your degree is amazing. It's good to have a degree in a particular thing. But let me even ask you, how many of you are utilizing the degree that you read in school? How many of you? I heard someone saying yesterday that somebody was reading Yoruba education, Igbo education, something like that. And I was like, wow. And we were laughing about it, that there is something you would desire to study and there is something that the school will give you. So what the school gives you is what you now have to study. But we checked it and we said, people are not really using those things. I've not seen a lot of people that studied Yoruba education teaching Yoruba. Just a few. I even have a colleague that studied civil engineering like me that is a teacher in a secondary school. I'm not saying that is the norm. I'm saying that thing that you know, that you want the world to know, stop second guessing yourself. Stop saying, I don't have a qualification in this thing, so where is my authority to speak on this thing? The person that put the thing inside you and said, share it, and said, release it, he knows what he's looking for. And it's a test. So let me even just tell you, these things are a test of faithfulness. Faithful is he in little, Abi, and faithful he will be in much. If you cannot be faithful with what God has put in your hand right now, there is no probability, there is no guarantee that that thing will become a big thing tomorrow. The Bible says a little one shall become 1,000. A little one shall become 1,000. You need to utilize that little to make it much. In fact, if you're not utilizing the little, it's a sin. Yes. Go and read the parable of the talents. At the last part, the master said, I'm casting this person out into outer darkness. The person is a lazy and unprofitable servant. Go and read it. I've forgotten the exact verse. I think it's Matthew or Luke that has the parable of the talents, or you can just Google the parable of the talents. The reason why that particular guy was cast out was because he had one. He went to bury it. If you have buried what you have in your hand and you're complaining that you don't have money, you're complaining that nobody is patronizing you, then you are that thing, you are your problem. Because what you have in your hand, there is money there. There is influence there. There is greatness there. There is profit there. Literally, there is impact there. That thing you have in your hand that you're saying, I beg, it's not just this thing. Let me shock you. And I've said this before in one of my programs. Let me say this for you that may not have been in that program. When God gives you a vision, or God puts something in your hand or in your heart, or you have something inside you that is a seemingly stupid thing, right? So there's a word that says that God uses the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. He likes to use the seemingly foolish things, right, and make it, a great thing, right? Now, that one word that God gave you, for example, God gave you, you just woke up and you heard light. What does it mean? Light. If you're able to sit down with that one word, light. Let's say, I'm not trying to even use a verse, because verse is long. I want to make it as granular as possible, so that you can see that what you have in your hand is enough. Light. You got a word, light. You woke up, light. Or you've been thinking about light. Or you have been seeing light. Or you've been hearing about light. Or every time light just keeps coming to you again and again. It is not a coincidence. If you sit with that word, if you sit with God, that one word called light, it can become 1,000. That little one word can become 1,000. Literally. I'll give you examples. I will give you examples. So there is this lady, Olive Emodi. She recently did one thing about pajamas or something like that for single girls, because she felt, single girls are not really, enjoying Valentine's or Christmas, because people are always peppering single girls, matching PJs and all of that. Okay, so she went away from feeling bad about it to organizing a hangout for singles. After she did it, she said it's like she would do another one. And then one day she made a comment that this thing is becoming a movement though. It's like there'll be another one. I will do pajamas, whatever for. She had another. The thing just broke out in another branch. It's like a layer of whatever, of onion. You peel it, and then you discover another one inside. That is how it is when you use what you have in your hand. That is how it is. I'm telling you. You can just say, lights. Okay, lights. Let me talk about lights. The next thing, you're like, okay, let's have a hangout. We'll call it the light hangout. The next thing, you're like, okay, let's make a t-shirt. We'll put light on it. Next thing, you have light collection. The next thing, you're like, okay, let's go to secondary schools and go and do a concert called Lights. How many things have come out of that? When God gives you a vision or he puts something in you, there is an end goal. There is an end result. But because you're not seeing the end from the beginning, you might tend to underestimate it or undermine it, right? But when you're able to say, okay, this is my little, let me take this little and start using it. Everybody, I sell crayfish, come and patronize me, before you know it, that crayfish, they'll tell you, okay, do you do carton? Yes, I do. Okay, can you come and do sell your crayfish at a fair I'm organizing? The next thing, you have made so much money from that, your crayfish that you're selling. Are we getting blessed? Are we getting blessed? Are we getting blessed? Are we getting blessed? If you're just joining us, I don't even know what to say, because we really talked about a lot. Are we getting blessed? Are we getting blessed? Are we getting blessed? So there's money inside you. There's money inside you. Wallahi. In fact, the money, all the money you're looking for is inside you. It is inside. The problem is, if you don't bring it out, you would not experience the money. You will not experience the wealth. You keep saying, you know, you can be in an ocean and still be looking for water. That's what happens. The Bible says that he that believes on me, out of his belly shall flow rivers. He didn't say one river. So there are literally rivers inside you. And by rivers, like, you can liken it to streams. Even the Garden of Eden had at least 4 streams. So if you are here and you don't have at least 4 streams of income, it's a I don't even know how to say it's a crime or it's a problem. I don't know how to say it. You need to have at least 4 sources of income. Let me give you guys one story. So recently, right? I like stories. I went for an event, right? And when I got there, one of the spokespersons of the brand, so there was a brand that sponsored the event, and they were like, okay, the MC came and said, oh, we're going to invite this particular company to come and speak about their brand. They are our main sponsors and everything. So this guy comes out, and this guy stays on the edge of the stage. And because I'm a speaker and I'm a coach, when I see someone that is struggling with low self-esteem or struggling with some kind of inferiority complex, or they're nervous, I know. So this guy went to the tip of the stage and he was like, no, listen to me. My mother was laughing when I was describing this. She was laughing. I was like, on stage, I said I should come and tell people about this product. Well, let me even ask you first. How many of you have downloaded this thing? How many of you have this thing? As I was saying, my MD sent me to come and tell people that this product is very good. And if you download it, and you see, what I can tell about this product is that, see, let me tell you, I was just like, what is this? And in that moment, I was like, wait, I'm a brand influencer, I'm a brand ambassador. I can go and meet these companies and tell them that, you know what, whenever you have any event, especially an event with a lot of audience that you have sponsored like this, please don't play with your company like this. Don't send somebody that will come and misrepresent you. If you want me to represent your company in any event, this is my charge. You will pay me per event. And I wrote down the idea on my notepad that I'm going to push this idea. That's another source of income for me. Because I have years of experience in sales. I have years of experience in sales. I know how to market something to somebody that the person will buy it before the person now realize that, hey, I've bought it, I've already sold it. So why can't I go to this company and say, I would represent you in that event that you're planning to sponsor or do a presentation on. Let me go and do the presentation for you. This is what I'm going to do for you. Or if this is your goal, I'm going to help you achieve this aspect of your goal or totality of your goal. You will pay me for it. That is another source of income. What I have in my hand. That is what I have in my hand. I started doing brand influencing because I knew it was something I had in my hand. I do it for people without them even giving me anything. So I now monetized it. I created a brand influencer rate card. So if you come and look at, oh, can you post my order on your page? Can you help me push my products? I will send you my rate card. I monetized what I had in my hand. I monetized my knowledge. I monetized it. The same thing with MCing. I monetized it. I monetized speaking. I monetized coaching. I monetized my sales. Let me even tell you this one. So I used to work in MTN, right? As a customer care representative. I used to work in MTN way back 2012, 2011, right? And I was trained by the then head of customer service of MTN. Her training was thorough. She trained us on how to be an effective customer service agent. I was good. And for someone like me who already has interpersonal skills, it's quite easy to communicate with people and engage them. But this training just took me from 0 to 100. And I was very good at it, right? And then one day I sat down and I said, wait, I'm good with customer service. I was trained on telephone etiquette. So I know how to do all the good morning, how may I help you? Hello is a taboo in the customer service world. You do good morning, how may I help you? You fix the problem, engage the customer, keep them engaged, you know, make them feel welcome. There are rules to these things. I'm like, okay, I know how to do this thing now. Guess what? I'm a public speaker. I've been a public speaker officially since 2009. Do you know what I did? I combined the public speaking with the customer service, with my sales experience to bring a particular skill called telesales. And so I started doing telesales, and I became an expert in telesales to the point that I get paid. So I created a whole company out of telesales. If you go to my Instagram page, my business Instagram page, Fog Solutions, you will see telesales companies there. I created that. I created a brochure. You will pay me. You will pay me to sell for you on the phone. That's a type of what I had in my hand. What I had in my hand. So what do you have in your hand? What do you have inside you? What do you have inside you? You need to monetize it though. And I have good news for you. Trisha Bees has a course coming up. I think the early bird is ending on the 25th, which is in 4 days from now. Monetize Your Knowledge course by Trisha Bees. As I'm talking to you, go to Monetize Your Knowledge and go and see what I'm talking about. People are cashing out. Someone designed flyers, created a course out of it. From Canva, oh, the person made 6 digits. People are cashing out. What is it that you know? You are sitting on money. You are sitting on money. As stupid, go to that page. Please, as you are here, just go to that page. Monetize Your Knowledge on Instagram. You will see all kinds of knowledge that people are monetizing. You're like, this one too can be monetized. Yes. How to wear your trouser without looking fat. You can monetize it. Yes. How to post on Instagram and your pictures will be, you know, genge. You can monetize it. Yes. Think about topics you can tell me. How to make small chops by yourself. You can monetize it. I can see Max Chops. That's where I got inspiration of small chops. Hello, Max Chops. Do you understand? How to have peace in a stormy world. You can monetize it. Think about it. See, that course is a game changer. People are, the knowledge economy, the knowledge space, the knowledge era. Trisha B sold one course like this. I think it was Buga Bond. I don't know how much she sold. I think it was like 8K. I'm not too sure. That 8K, I think she said so far at the time when I saw it, as at that time, 2,000 people had bought. Please let us do the mathematics together. Please join me. 2,000 times 8,000. Is it 8,000 I said? Maybe 300. I don't even know what I said. Let's just do the mathematics. So Trisha Bees has 300 or something thousand followers, right? So let's assume that. Sorry, give me a second. So let's assume that Trisha Bees, I said 6K. Okay. So 6K times, how much did I say the cost is? Let's do this mathematics together. You're sitting down on money. That's just the simple truth. Let me even ask all of you, how many WhatsApp contacts do you have? Please type your own in the chat. Let's leave Instagram followers, because sometimes people don't have plenty Instagram followers. Some people have only 200 followers and they feel like, okay, that would not help them. So let's go to WhatsApp. Then tell me your WhatsApp and your Facebook followers. Remember, I said that this is like a coaching session. So if you type it for your own benefit, if you don't type it, it's still for your own benefit. So it depends on what kind of benefits you want or what you call benefit. Okay, so I'm going to wait for that, but let me just continue my mathematics. So let's say she has 300,000 followers and only 8,000 people respond to what she posted, right? And she's selling a course for 4,000 naira, right? 4,000 naira times 8,000 is 32 million. 32 million. Can you think about it? Just thinking about it, it's a boss brain. Somebody has 300,000 followers. Out of the 300,000, it's only 8,000 that bought. That's like how many percent? That's even so small. But this 8,000 times the cost. What am I even saying? Okay, let's even assume she sold the cost 4,000. She has 300,000 followers. 8,000 of those people bought the cost at 4,000 naira. She has 32 million naira. See the kind of money, like the money is to bust head. Okay, you have 200 contacts. You have something you know, and so you created a WhatsApp group and said, what is the thing that you know? Tell me what you know, Max Chops. How to make small chops by yourself. Oh, it was you even know the price, 6,000. That was the cost. So 6,000 times 8,000 is 34 million naira. Oh, Jesus! Father Lord, bless me, bless me. I have put something inside you. What do you know? Trisha Bees was a marketing and sales staff. I think and a marketing manager of one company like that. She was unfulfilled. She felt frustrated. She just felt, I beg, I'm tired or something. She wanted to, and they started teaching people what she knew. And today, I don't even think Millionaire can talk about how much. Millionaire cannot describe it because she has gone past Millionaire. Maybe she's still a millionaire, but big millionaire. Those top 500 million, yeah, kind of millionaire. Yeah. Father Lord, bless me. I have given you something. That thing can take you beyond. Okay, let's use you now. How to bake. Okay, so how to bake. So you do a video on Instagram. Good afternoon, everybody. Today I want to talk to us about how to bake, right? I'm gonna teach you about how to bake your meat pie from your house, even though you don't have an oven, right? Because people don't have money to buy oven. Okay, so you just do small thing like that on Instagram and you just show a little bit of what you want to teach, or all the things you want to teach in meat pie. Then you have like 4 other things you want to teach them that you know. Say, if you want to learn more about how to bake, click the link in my bio and, join this WhatsApp group. Let's assume that out of your 200 contacts on WhatsApp, so let me use WhatsApp. Don't even let me talk about Instagram. You posted this video on WhatsApp and said, oh, I'll teach you how to bake in 30 seconds, okay? And then you do a video that nobody has seen before. Or you do something that is different from what everybody is doing. Or even something that people are doing, but your contacts are different, so they need what you need. Okay, so you now do it. You now say, okay, click this WhatsApp group, to join, to learn more about how to bake. Then they join and you tell them that, okay, so I'm doing a class on how to bake 5 different things. Chin chin, as an example. I know that they don't bake chin chin, I mean they fry chin chin. Example, chin chin, meat pie, cake, donuts, and whatever, right? You put up that 5. So this 5, you're learning it for 1,000 naira only. Don't even talk too much. 1,000. Listen to me, open your eyes and hear. 1,000 naira for this chin chin, meat pie, cake, donut, whatever. You will learn 5 of these things for 1,000 naira. My sister, out of your 200 contacts, let's not even be too optimistic. Let's say out of these 200 contacts, only 10 people. Only 10 people. Let's just use the worst case. Let me say worst test. If there's a word like that, worst test. Only 10 people out of your 200 contacts join and pay for that program, right? You already have 10,000 naira. That money can cover your data. So because you have taught this 1,000 naira course, tomorrow you can say, I'm doing a school, an academy. Oh, this one is not just class. This one is an academy. You will join for 2 months and I will teach you anything you want to know about baking. But this one's going to be 5,000 naira. Let's assume that only 5 people joined that program. You have 25,000 naira. When Trisha started Monetize Your Knowledge, she did not do, it was 3K. I think it was 3K. I think it was 3K for a course, a whole course. I can't remember exactly. But she made money, and that was the least money she ever made. Because you see, to him that has, more will be given. To him that does not have, that which he has will be taken away. It's a law. So you can never remain in that spot. But if you're not utilizing what you have in your hand, you will remain there. And let me even add, you will get worse. Because today I was listening to Andrew Womack, and he said the flesh is not getting any better. The flesh is getting rotten. That the only thing that getting better in your life is your spirit man. It is your soul that is getting better. Because the spirit is already what God has created it to be. But your soul is what is getting better. Your soul gets better. Your flesh is getting worse. That's why when somebody dies, immediately decay begins. So your flesh, your flesh is not getting, I know that, okay, as a Christian, I say, okay, my body is getting better, my body is responding, my God is renewing my youth, and that one day. But when he said flesh, he meant that carnal nature, that nature that is carnal, that nature of being a mere man, like the bodily man is not getting better. It is your soul that is getting better. So if you're not utilizing what you have in your hand, you are getting worse. If I think you are doing okay, you are not doing okay. Compared to where God wants you to go, you are not doing okay. You have to start utilizing what you have in your hand. Because capacity, what God has put inside you might be 50. And you are saying, I beg, I don't have like this person. And God is saying, I have put 50 inside you. I have put 50 inside you. Stop looking at the person that already has 100 or the person that already has 25. Me, I have put 50 inside you, but you have to start using that thing. And you are there saying, I beg you, nobody will buy. Somebody will buy. So this is me just trying to encourage us to leverage what we have in our hands. Discover that thing, right? We can't do everything on this live call, right? But I'm sure that if you've been listening to me, there are things that you've gotten that you feel, okay, I need to start taking this particular part of my life seriously. I need to start taking this particular talent of my life seriously. If you were able to identify that, the next step is for you to start utilizing it. And you have to start from where you are. There is somebody around you that needs that thing that you have. Take that thing to that person and say, see, I can bake this thing for you. I can supply this thing for you. I know how to do this thing. And then from there, go to your church. If your church has a bulletin, post it there. I can do this thing. If they're having a program, go there and say, I can supply this, I can sponsor, whatever. You may have to do it for free so that you get better. But if you are using it, more will be given to you. So this is me just telling you, Trisha Bees has a program that would benefit you. Monetize Your Knowledge. It's a course that has been designed to help you write your ebook, launch your webinars, launch your coaching program, launch that thing you want to launch. All of them. It teaches you all these things. Ebooks, webinars, events, coaching, program, everything. You have different teachings to help you, launch those things. And it's not just launch. She also teaches you the marketing strategy to be able to launch. Some of you have written books. The book is still where it is. Nobody is buying it. You know why? Your marketing strategy needs help. That is what Trisha Bees will do for you. All right? So this is me just telling you that people like us, when we started monetizing knowledge, we did not know all the things that we know today. And we keep learning more. We keep learning more. We keep learning. So when people are there that they've already brought what they already have learned this thing, and then they want to teach you, it is wisdom for you to join them. So this is me just encouraging you and telling you that there is something that can help you monetize what you have in your hand. There is something that can help you monetize your knowledge. And it is Monetize Your Knowledge course by Trisha Bees, right? I've posted the link right now, bit.ly/live learn more about MYK. That is the link. Learn more about MYK. Click on that link, or you can find that link in my bio. Click on that link and choose any preferred option. I think it's 250K right now for the early bird, but it goes higher by 25th. You can also pay, 50%, and then you pay the rest when you're done, right? So you can do that, and then you can start making money from it. So don't sleep on this. Don't waste time. I have taught a lot tonight. Wow. Oh my God. If you've been here since the beginning, say I. Say I, say I, say I, and tell me, what have you learned today? What have you learned today? What did you receive today? What did you receive today? It's time for you to make more money. Sometimes, you have to invest in yourself to get more. So that thing that you have in your hand, you have to, what's the word? Develop it to an extent before you start making money. That might be your case, and in that case, of course, volunteering will solve your problem. But if you feel like this thing that you have is okay for somebody to pay you, no matter how small, then you need to go ahead and monetize it. But you need to also spend money to be able to get money. When I started out as an MC, I knew that I could speak. I knew that I could talk. I knew that I could make people laugh. I knew that I could engage people, but I needed to go to the school. So I had to go to Joyce Daniel School. I paid, not once, not twice, not thrice. I kept paying to learn how to be a professional MC. So I knew already had everything. I could MC, nobody said MC. I was already MCing. But I knew that what I wanted to do, where I was, could not take me there. I wanted to earn more in my MC fees. Is it that my knowledge that I had that would take me there? No. I had to go and pay to get more. If you know that there is something that you have, maybe you even have a product already, but that product is not doing well as it ought to, as you projected, as you desire, register for Monetize Your Knowledge course by Trisha B. The link is in my bio. Don't say I did not tell you. Hey, Anifome has come. Oh, she has bought a new course. She's doing another new thing every day. She's doing a new program. It's because I'm monetizing my knowledge. Instead of looking at me and saying I'm doing it, you need to do your own. So you can also make money this year. There is money. I just showed you how somebody did a cost of how much? 4,000 or 6,000. And 8,000 people, 8,000 plus, I don't even have the exact number, bought it. And that was 32 million naira. What am I even saying? 8 times 6. Hey, whoa. 48 million naira in this same Instagram. 48 million naira. The person has 300,000 followers and only 8,000 bought, and she made 48 million naira from a 6,000 naira course. You are sitting down on money. Oh. Even if you create a WhatsApp group and say, this WhatsApp group that I created, right? This WhatsApp group, I want to fill it with 250 people. And in that WhatsApp group, you sell a course for 1,000 naira. 1,000 times 250 people in that WhatsApp group is 250,000 naira. I don't have money. The economy is hard. Nothing is happening. What is that thing that people need that they will pay you for? What is that knowledge that you have that people do not know? Take that bold step and go to WhatsApp right now and say how to whatever. 10 ways you can this. 3 things you can start doing now. And then just say, you know what, I want, and then sit down with that thing that you know and say, who needs this thing? How can I get it to them? Then start from where you are. WhatsApp is the least social media platform that you can start utilizing. I mean, the lowest human being on the face of the earth, on the face of Nigeria, on the face of the world, has at least 200 contacts on WhatsApp. If only 10 buy from you, then you are starting monetizing your knowledge. Go and monetize this knowledge. Stop keeping it to yourself. Like I said, people that came late have been talking about their experience. Your experience is gold. I monetized my experience as a single. I sold 50 copies of my ebook in one day by the help of God, not by my power. But at least I wrote the book. At least when the convener that wanted to buy the book asked for a link, I had a link ready. So if you want to learn how to put your your product on Selar, go to my Instagram, my company Instagram page, Fog Solutions. Just search for Fog Solutions. You will see a logo that has a big an F, a red box that has an F. That is the company, my company page. I have a video there where I taught for free how to create your online payment store on Selar, and there are bonuses there. How to remove the what's that thing? The person that pays for the charges, like the extra charges, is not you, is your customer that will pay for it. Sometimes, have you noticed that sometimes when you use online payment stores, if the product is 4,000 naira, they send 3,500 to you. Has it happened to you before? Well, I thought about how to remove that and put the charges on your customer, so that they are the ones that will pay 4,000 something and then you get 4,000. I taught that there as well. I also taught in that particular video how to add a coupon. For example, you want to give people like an offer and say, okay, I'm doing a Valentine sale. If you put the code Valentine, you will get a 5% off. Yes, I taught that also in the course. Just go to Fog Solutions on YouTube and you will see that free course. I always do Jara, so you would also learn things that are even different from, what the title is, right? How to set up your online payment store on Selar. Go to that video, Fog Solutions. You see a big F on a red box. That is the icon that you see, that this is particular icon talking about. When you go there, you will see different things. How to set up your YouTube channel is also there. Okay, so I hope that I've been able to help. I hope that you've been able to benefit from this. Stop sitting down on money, please. People are making money, especially this knowledge economy. God, there is a whole economy. Money that nobody can pay you in your life. 32 million naira, 48 million. Just think about it. 5,000 naira for one thing that you are doing, times 5,000 people. That is 25 million. It's sounding but that's just it. That is it. If you can fill a WhatsApp group with 250 people and only 20 buy, please, you are doing well. You are doing well, but you need to start. And if you've done something before, you need to do more. Stop being comfortable. Get that course by Trisha Bees. Don't say that I'm the only one that is doing courses. I don't need to tell you. Trisha Bees is doing monetize your knowledge. Oh, and that course is a game changer. If you've not done anything about monetizing your knowledge, get the course. If you have monetized your knowledge and you're getting peanuts, or they're always picking your brain, sorry ma, hello sir, can I ask you about this question? Can you tell me how to click on, and you will teach for free. No more, please. Go and buy that course. So that if you want to teach for free, to be from the benevolence of your heart, not because people are not paying you your worth. You can earn way more. You can be way more. You can do much more with more money. Trust me. Like someone like me, I can help more people with more money. So I don't joke with monetizing my knowledge, because people need the money. I just heard about a woman today that is about to give birth, and the boyfriend has abandoned her, and she's almost due to give birth. That kind of woman now that needs money to give birth, she does not even have anything, baby things or anything like that. You need to have money so that you can say, okay, I will pay your hospital bill. I would buy what you need. What do you need? Give me the list. Without even shaking. You need money to help people. You need money to help yourself. You need money to be great. You need money to be in this life. So whatever money you have made, you can make more money. But stop looking at the externals. Look inside of you. There are things to monetize inside of you. There are ebooks inside you. There are books inside you. There are webinars inside you. There are seminars inside you. There are trainings inside you. There are lessons that you have learned from your experiences. There are so many things you can monetize. You can be a coach. You can write your own book. You can do a webinar. You can do so much, and it really just starts with you monetizing your knowledge. So click the link in my bio and go get into the Monetize Your Knowledge course by Trisha Bees, and I'll see you on the inside. This year we're making the money together. It's not only me, and it's not going to be only you too, because you would also bring people. When you start making money, you would also help more people, so that they can also see that they don't have to wait for what they have on the outside. They can utilize what they have on the inside. I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you that you have something in your hand that you can monetize, and you've been able to find out that thing, and then you're ready to pay the price to be able to monetize that thing that you have in your hand. I hope that that is the case. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you've learned so far. Let me know if you have any learning points. And if you have any question, please, this is the time for you to ask, because I'm about to sign out. Okay, so I'm going to give us some few minutes to get our responses. Okay, so I'm here waiting. Hi, Ms. E Collections. Hi, Amola Ramide. Yay. Hi, sis. Hi, Dedayo. Hi, Olori Omoni. Hi, Wumi. Hi, Eno. Okay. Hi, Aki Amos. Chino Music. Wow. Hi, Limitless Ebuka. Hello. Hello. I'm waiting for your comments before I sign out. Let me know. 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 It is time to monetize your knowledge. Don't do alaroro. You can be making 5K, but you can make 50 million. You can make 5 million. You can make 500,000. There is more to that thing that you're doing. Click this link right now, bit.ly/learn more about MYK, or the link in my bio. To sign up. Okay? Are we still here? Are we still here? Are we still here? Hi, Franca Triumph. Are we still here? Are we still here? Are we still here? Okay, since we don't have any questions or any comments, I gotta go. I gotta go, because tomorrow is gonna be a full day for me. So I gotta go rest. And I have several assignments to finish this night. God, I have like 5 videos. Is it 5? Plus the other ones. Oh God, I have a lot of things to finish up this night before I sleep. Then before I'll now get ready for tomorrow. It is well. Okay, thank you very much. I see UG Food saying, well done, Mama. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we don't have questions. We don't have comments. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Remember, go and monetize your knowledge. Click the link in my bio on IG and get started. It's time to make more money. Whatever you have made, there is more to make. It is time to make it. Thank you, and God bless you. Bye.